Philly film. Games. It's over.
Let's see, it's probably tungsten, because that's what this is.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, this is. Well, if you ever held his ring, you know, because this is tungsten, this is steel. And the weight difference is huge. This is like 5 times heavier.
Oh.
But this is also indestructible.
Yeah, that's what they told. That's what he told me. Welcome back to Wedding Film Games. We're talking about getting married. When is your date anyway?
Next year in September.
Oh, okay, cool beans. Well, at least you got some time to get that right. Because I know. Yeah, we're gonna talk about getting married instead of playing video games at this point. Because I'm never gonna get married at the rate I'm going, and Eric's getting.
Oh,
Eric's. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. There is no. As far as I'm concerned, no. I'm gonna give this a shot. I was never really. This board was. I mean, there's 8 boards in the game, but I was never. Oops, I hit the pause button. I was never. I mean, I could pass this board on occasion, but no, it wasn't all that good because there's the thing is, there's helicopter missions in this game where you have to rescue the instructors and you're actually firing missiles and stuff. I mean, we could fast forward and do that. Yeah, it's rather rough. I mean, it's fun, but it's like it can be excruciating to play because when you get shot down, it's just this really long spiral till you hit the ground, and it's just so rough because you're just sitting there, and I think you fall like 2,500 feet down, so you're just in this constant spiral, and you're just sitting there like regretting everything you've just done. Like,
hoping another missile will hit.
Yeah, someone just hit me and just end this. I mean, this whole downward spiral has turned me into Lance, and I just can't. I just don't have the motivation.
You just can't get out of it.
Yeah, it's just the downward spiral. Because I was up above it. And now I'm down in it. Oh well, no one gets that joke, and that's cool. I was making a 9 Inch Nails reference. Downward Spiral was their second album, and then Up Above, Down In It was their first hit song.
Oh, okay.
I was up above it! Oh! Crud, I missed that. Now I'm down in it. Wow, that song is over 20 years old. Wow, I'm old for it. I'm kind of believing the stuff that my students tell me. That I'm a fossil. Oh, they say you don't look your age. That makes me feel good. This is probably a failure. Oh!
Bounce.
Yeah! Woo! Nailed it! So let me ask you this question. Are you planning a... Uh-oh. He's winking again. Let me ask you this question. Are you, for your wedding, are you doing a big to-do, or are you going to keep it rather low down, like, I don't want to say downgraded, because I don't think smaller weddings are bad. In fact, I actually favor those over the big ones. Like more intimate, or it's like just a few family and friends? Or you just haven't gotten to that point yet?
It's kind of like almost like half and half.
Oh, okay.
Because we have quite a few people that we, want to come, friends and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Family, though, our family there's not a whole lot of them that would be physically able to make it. That people live too far away.
Yeah, because we're up here in the middle of here.
Yeah, and I've got family down in like Florida and.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah.
Like what part of Florida?
Kind of like all over. They're like right in the middle.
Oh, like Orlando?
Kind of near there. I think they're an hour away.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I know. Like Tampa and that.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't remember the exact name of where they live.
Yeah, but I know. Usually when you're in the middle of Florida, you're either Orlando or you're closer to Tampa. It's usually the two places you are.
Yeah. We got family in Utah too.
In Salt Lake or like?
No, different, smaller place. No.
Yeah, everything in Utah that isn't Salt Lake is its full place.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, family all over.
Yeah, my family, for the most part, well, it's sort of concentrated on the East Coast anymore. Except me, I'm the one that goes everywhere. Other than my younger cousins, one of them, she's trying to be an actress in Hollywood. I mean,
all right.
Yeah, I haven't seen her act. I mean, she is a gorgeous young lady. I don't want to make it sound weird, like I'm my cousin. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, she's tried. When I moved down to Atlanta, that's where she and her sister were going to college when I moved down there. She was a Red Bull girl.
Okay.
Which is, like, she would drive around Atlanta in this little Red Bull truck and then just hand out Red Bull to people, and she would also model for it. So, I mean, she has the aesthetic quality for Hollywood. I just don't know what her acting is like. So I don't sound like a total perv. Yeah, my cousin, she's quite a hot piece. Well, I mean, my family is only 45 minutes away from the West Virginia border, so... And there are people in my my home back home. There's this place south of where I live called Turkey Foot. So you can imagine what happens in Turkey Foot. Yes, incest does happen. I worked when I worked as a social worker, and I was dealing with students. My one student had to be in this. They don't call it special ed anymore. They call it life skills. Because that's what they're essentially trying to train them to do. So because I don't know what it is like here in this state, but in Pennsylvania, you can if you are recognized to have a disability, you can be kept in high school until the age of 21. It's not 18. Well, actually, 21 is the maximum limit for you to be in high school. Like, if you fail some grades, you get held back. Yeah. You can they can keep you to 21. That would suck. Because I actually knew one guy. He was in our he was in my class, but he was like 2 or 3 years older, and he was dating a girl in our class. But yeah, he when we graduated, he was 20. Because I mean, that was back when they still kind of cared. Hooray! We made it. We did it. Ah, yes, Big Al. This guy. You give it a shot first. That one is because now you're gonna do all 4. But yeah, there was a guy when I was in high school. He was 20 when we graduated. He'd been held back a couple years, and he was not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Might have been why he was there. Oh, so that's your landing spot now.
Oh, good.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, surrounded by water.
Yeah, well, this whole thing is nothing but water, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
It is. It gets pretty rough. Yeah, But anyway, back to the life skills class. When I wrapped up that job before I went to get my master's, I was with a young boy who was in the junior high version of life skills, and basically, my town, the school district was had the capacity to take on all life skills. Oh, this one's rough.
Yeah, this is scary.
You got a circle. Well, had those glasses and that face. Really, Al? I think you need to slow down on the hamburgers, you fat schmo.
Oh, the hair gel.
Yeah, yeah, really. That's a little. Whew. But we had students from all over the county because our school district is the only one that could handle or offered life skills up through high school. And we had a number of students from, you can barely see them. They're on the corners of the island. We had a number from Turkey Foot. And it was never stated, but you could tell. You could tell that they were products of that. And it was kind of sad. One actually got because after I quit that job in December, and I I left to go to Atlanta, and I decided to just see how my boy was doing. When I finished my first semester, I came back home, and I decided to see how my boy was doing that I had been working with, and turned out he wasn't in. He was actually being homeschooled at that point because he got beat up by those three boys. And I always told him you got to pass one more. Oh, okay, did all right.
Where's your hammer? I'll find out in a second.
Yeah, it'll tell you when you're like points deducted. He always tried to hang around because he wanted to be like them. And I'm like, you might want to aim a little bit higher. For what you want there, son. And he's like, no, I want, okay. So, like, I left, and within a week after they had come back to, from Christmas vacation, he was hanging around them, and it was the end of the day, and he's small, he had not gone through his growth spurt yet. They beat him up. They basically gave him a concussion.
Yeah.
Just like Al's face once.
So good go on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue on next time. Philly Film Games. For reasons.
Because.